Brethren.
Dun.
Master of None Podcast, episode 150.
150.
Damn, we're at that round 150.
Yeah, does that mean, should we have celebrated this?
I don't know. Should we have gotten like balloons or something?
I don't know.
Damn.
I didn't even realize it was episode 150 till today. A couple minutes ago when you told me.
It's very possible I'm wrong. Very possible it's
episode
149. It could be. I thought last week was 149. I'm going to check right now.
It's funny because I feel like when it is like a round number, like 150, 100, the week before I'm always like, next week it's going to be episode 150. And then it's fucking...
Let's see. I'm going to tell
That's
you
what
right
happens.
now.
Let's see.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You want me to look it up?
Well, I know you're probably doing it already. Anyways. Let's see. I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, I'm right. 150.
Yeah, Mastodon episode 150, 150.
Damn. 150. We've been doing this shit like over 2 years, right?
Yeah, we've been doing it.
Fixing my seat.
We've had 150 episodes. We've actually had more than that.
Yeah, it's just some will never see the light of day.
Some will never see the light of day, and some are double numbered.
Oh, it's true. We messed up the count.
Our count's all fucked.
Almost fucked with that camera angle.
This is my European camera angle. I like to be not the same. Whoa. Hey. Jay almost showed you guys the fucking goods. Yeah, man. There you go, front and center. See? That must have been the angle from the Met Gala.
It must have been.
What is the Met Gala? The Met Gala just happened. The 2023 Met Gala just happened. A lot of pictures coming out from it. What is the Met Gala? Is it an art show? Is it a fashion show?
I think it's a big baller ass dinner.
Okay.
And I think people just pay money. And I think it is for the, to be honest, I really don't know what it is.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm going to look it up. It's entertaining me.
And is it at the Met Gala or is it the Met Gala? Like, what are we talking about here?
It's
is
the
it
gala. You
place?
mean like at the Met, like the Metropolitan Museum?
Yeah.
I think it's about that.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a gala at the museum? Is that what that means?
I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. Or it might be something to benefit the Met. Let's see. What is the purpose of having the Met Gala?
Let's see it. Let's hear it.
What is the Met Gala? The Met Gala is a high-profile fundraiser event for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. There you go.
Okay. What's up, Twiz?
Yeah, so that's what it is. So it makes sense because everybody was in goddamn costumes.
It was fucking weird. The cat costumes were weird. There was a dude in a full furry cat suit. Full on cat suit.
Well, I saw Doja Cat was dressed like Lil' Kim.
Doja Cat had she had the same people that do the makeup in like Avatar do her shit. Yeah. Like for the stills, I'm not talking about the CGI. Whoever does their stills, she had that person do her shit.
Bro, she looked like she was now and forever at the Winter Garden Theater. That's what she looked like. When I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, she looked like she's from that play.
Yeah, she looked like she was like your original statement, like kind of botched.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It was a little weird. Because you know how I feel about that spectrum of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Where it's like one surgery, 2 surgeries on your face, 3 surgeries on your face. Mm-hmm. House cat.
I never realized it until I seen I actually have a video. I think it's video 3. And it's like of an interview of her there. And she's...
Of who? Doja Cat?
Doja Cat, yeah. Click on video 3. I don't know if this is real or if this is a troll.
I think it was real. I think it was.
I hope so. Let me make sure we're Twizzless today, so I got to make sure the volume is up so they can hear it.
Do you want me to? I can hit it right now, and I don't know, but I'm hearing everything that's going on in here anyway.
Yeah, it's not on. I'm glad I got up. Okay. I hope it's not too loud.
I think it'll be good.
Go ahead.
Wow. I mean, who made it? Wow. Wow. Okay, so something a little different. So, what was your inspiration for tonight? Be honest with me and go into detail. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So what are you excited to see in there today?
Even her nails are like...
Wow. Is it your first
They're all
match?
claw looking.
Yeah.
I'll see you in there.
She broke character. That's breaking character.
Who did?
That fucking kiss thing. Cats don't throw kisses.
No, they don't. That's right. What should she have done? Scratch her eyes out?
Licked her paw or her fucking hand. I don't know. I don't like that.
Sprayed her real quick?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if that's fucking real, but if that's real, that's fucking weird. The whole thing is kind of fucking weird, right?
The whole what, Met Gala?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's supposed to be a fundraiser, but it's really just kind of a way to ball out and just show all the excess you have, all the abundance that you have.
These people's outfits cost more than I make in a year.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much you make, but I know it's more than what I make.
It's definitely not, but it's more than what these guys it's less than what these guys spend on their outfits.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess it's an event. It's a thing. Like, and you need to be invited there. You can't just show up there.
Oh, you get invited and you have to buy a ticket, right?
Yeah, I think it's like $30,000 or something like that. Because I remember when AOC went.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
You remember when she wore that dress that said tax the rich and everybody was like, this is so rebellious. And I was like, she's talking about all of you in this room. She's talking about all of you.
I seen Diddy in there looking twisted in the women's bathroom. There was a bunch of other dudes in there with him. So
what was it? The big selfie?
It was like I guess it was, but it looked like a mirror shot, and it was just a bunch of celebrities in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Will Smith's kid was there.
It's funny. They tried to make it look all candid, but I know for a fact that was planned. Like, that wasn't even shot the same night. That was shot like another night.
Oh, you think so?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, that's like a thing though, right? That it's not just like this. It's also at the award shows they'll do it. Like the picture will come out and it's like 30 celebrities and you're just like, this person's this person. And you're like pointing out who's him.
Yeah. It's like the Where's Waldo of the celebrity world.
There was a bunch of pictures of like, not a bunch, but it was like several pictures of them, like a bunch of celebrities in the bathroom, like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, you guys could do whatever the fuck you want, huh?
Bro,
it's one thing to take a quick vape ripski in the bathroom, but to smoke, it's even another thing to take like a little one hitter in the bathroom, right? Still a step above, it's like still a step towards disrespectful, but to smoke a fucking cigarette, like for you, and it's like multiple people smoking cigarettes. For you and your friends to be smoking cigarettes in my bathroom is the ultimate form of disrespect.
Bro, they do not give a goddamn. You don't remember Joe Budden getting, that was like part of the issue that Complex had with him.
He kept smoking in the building.
He just kept smoking in the building. And they're like, you can't do that. And then he was like, I'm going to smoke wherever I want. And I was like, this comes from like the old Def Jam, like do whatever you want. Like stories from that building, the Def Jam executive like office, like some of back when rap was really starting to really pop, like pop wise. They say it was crazy in these buildings, in these record labels.
Oh, I can only imagine.
They say it was crazy. People are like rolling L's and smoking in these big executive offices, and you can't stop them. But it's like, a whole bunch of rappers. It's like Redman and Ja Rule and DMX. You gonna tell DMX to put out that L?
Nuh-uh.
No. Rest in peace, DMX.
What are you gonna do when Hove's the president? He puts Beanie in charge of like nothing, and he just gives him an office.
Yeah, and Beans is telling you to stop talking,
and he's just gutting Dutches in the fucking
on the
hallway.
floor and kicking him.
I told somebody at work today how crazy I thought it was when I seen the picture of like them smoking cigarettes in the bathroom, and he was like in the bathroom. He goes, "We used to smoke on the plane back in the day."
That is a crazy thing,
but it is a thing.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I was like, "Damn, that is true." It wasn't for my generation. I don't ever remember that happening. But at one point, you were allowed to smoke on airplanes. You could smoke in a hospital.
Yeah, it's so recent.
It's not that long
that
ago.
You can smoke in an airplane that they still have a sign that says you can't smoke now.
Yeah, it just the light never goes off.
Yeah, it just stays on all the time.
Damn, I never thought about that.
Imagine being a fly on the wall or in the cabin or whatever when that light comes on.
Yeah.
When you're allowed to smoke. I wonder if that whole place is like
yeah, everybody in there.
Yeah, and everybody had like a Zippo. These are like real deal lighters.
They're opening them up and lighting them with their jeans and shit.
They just stay lit.
Yeah.
Dudes are falling asleep with like 7 scotches just like in their lighter just falling on the floor.
Yeah. That is crazy though.
A wild thing, man.
Yeah. Dude, it's like recycled air in there. And you guys are just fucking knocking back parliaments in there.
Yeah, you know how it always says like there's a filter on board, like
Yeah.
you know, HEPA filters and shit. Everyone's like, oh, that's so good because of COVID. I was like, nah, they started that shit because people used to be able to chief in there.
Yeah,
People used to
exactly.
be able to smoke in there.
Yeah,
Those predate Schmovid, I'm sure.
100%.
You know,
The cigarette light thing is very interesting. I never even thought about that. I was on a plane recently and I didn't even think about that.
That's how I
But
knew
the
that
fact
is.
there's a light.
yeah.
Imagine it did turn off one day just for a little bit.
You think everybody would be like, huh?
Not
Or
everybody.
they would just imagine that it's
Yeah,
You
a
know?
lot of people saw this. It's not as popular as it used to be.
smoking.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, half of them crazy passengers snapping on the airplane and getting into fights. Half of them wouldn't be fighting if they were allowed to have a nice little bogue.
Yeah, if they can have a little stogie.
half
do you like?
of them just need a cigarette.
Yeah. Dude,
You know?
you've been in that airport for a while. There's no more even smoking sections. Like you can't. I don't think you could go out in the airport.
Nah.
And there's like a place you go smoke at. They used to have that shit at baseball stadiums too. So you didn't have to leave the stadium. They'd have like a smoking section.
They do you remember the diners? I remember being a kid and that was still a thing. There was the smoking section in the diner.
Oh, so you could eat and smoke?
Eat and smoke, like there were different tables, like the dining area
Yeah.
in a diner was separated by a glass wall with a door on it. It was like a window.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and you just used to go in there. When I used to go when I was a kid, little kid, man, I used to go to church with my parents, and afterwards we go to the diner. It was a smoking
crazy.
section. Yeah, man.
When was the last time you walked into somebody's house and they were like, it was like a house where people smoke cigarettes in?
Pretty recent.
Recently?
Yeah, very recent.
I feel like that's a thing of the past too, though.
Yeah, it is a thing of the past. I mean, there's such a stigma attached to it that nobody wants to smell like it. Nobody wants to, you could even smokers. Like, when do you remember when we were, younger growing up that people, after they smoked a cigarette, they washed their hands or they would put Purell on or only
never.
women would do that.
Yeah, never.
Nobody did that.
And I grew up where like we would go to my parents' friend's house. Like all of them used to smoke cigarettes. Like my dad's best friend when I was growing up, him and his wife used to smoke cigarettes, and they'd be smoking them in the crib. And then all the other people who were hanging out there, they're smoking cigarettes too, like in the house. And it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah, that's definitely something that old school. It's not gonna be anybody. It's not gonna be a young person if they do it today.
Yeah.
It's probably not. It's probably gonna be a person that's been doing that for 70 years.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're
That's
right.
why houses are significantly decreased in value when
people
they've
smoking
had
them?
long-term smoking
Yeah.
cars too, and
Bro,
you
that
can't hide it.
No, dude, that shit goes into the sheetrock, bro.
Yeah,
you
shit's
have like
crazy.
a layer of just schmegma on
Ugh.
the fucking wall, dude. And it's just from just smoking. Even your car, bro, you can take a razor blade and scrape the glass and see
Ew.
the shit like just in the glass.
That is crazy. You know what's crazy?
What?
I think that happens with the vapes.
To your lungs? We talking about
To the
popcorn
window.
lungs? Oh, okay.
I was in a person's car that had a vape.
And they were vapor. They were vapist.
Yes.
They were a vapist. Okay.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Okay. Continue. Tell me about this vapist.
And the windshield, I could see like a weird haze on the window, but only on the side where they sit.
A
and I was like,
classic sign of vaping.
damn. And I was like, wow. I was like, I think that I see vape residue.
Vaping lasted a lot longer than I thought it would have. Like this like flavored vaping thing. I thought it was going to be like a one and done thing. I definitely think it's downhill from where it was at one point. People were building fucking pipe bombs and shit.
Yeah.
Like vaping off of them.
Vaping's not going to, I don't think it's going to go anywhere because they're going to learn the whole process to regulate it. And then the big dicks are going to get involved.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be recommended by doctors as a safe alternative to smoking.
Yeah.
Nicorette is going to buy that shit.
I was just going to say it would be like an alternative way of like consuming nicotine. Like they'll be like, all right, there's going to be 5 milligrams of nicotine in this. You're going to take this twice a day to help with concentration.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt. Or just like, here, try this instead. And we're going to make insurance cover it.
Spaz says he was watching Mrs. Doubtfire a few days ago, and there's a part where they ask if they want smoking or not smoking in the restaurant. The kids today would have no idea that was ever a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it might be soon, but it's not going to be tobacco.
Yeah. And they say that cannabis is on the rise to pass when it comes to not amount of money made, but like consumers, like the average person who smokes cigarettes versus the average person who consumes cannabis, that cannabis is on the rise to pass them by
Really?
like 2035 or some shit, allegedly.
Wow. Well, you know why? They got medicine involved.
Yeah.
If tobacco had medicine on their side,
Tobacco had medicine on the side for a little bit, right? It was because there are some medicinal qualities, not cigarettes necessarily, but nicotine, right?
well, it's a stimulant. Yeah, it could be, I mean, most people actually get that little buzz from nicotine for some time. I tried one of those nicotine pouches, dude.
I was just gonna talk about that because those things are like
Have you ever had one?
many years ago when I was young.
No, I mean like the new ones.
No, not like the little pouches. Yeah, but
No, the pouches are different now.
okay, so no,
Like it's
recently.
not tobacco.
The Zins,
So,
something.
yeah, the little white ones.
Yeah, what's in it? So it's not tobacco?
Bro, no, there's no tobacco. It's just like nicotine. Mm-hmm. Bro, my cousin's little friend, my little cousin's friend.
Okay.
Bro, he was using those.
Yeah.
And we got into some kind of talk, I went all like uncle and annoying and shit. So I was just asking him what they were up to and shit. I like to kind of, I want to know what's going on.
You're checking his temperature.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what's going on. And his friend had one of these, and I was like, "Why do you do that?" He's like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "It's kind of gets me like pumped and shit." And I was like, "Gets you pumped?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't know, I just do it." He's like, he was taking 2 of them,
Oh, double dose.
and I was like, "I don't get it." He's like, "It's kind of a habit or whatever." I was like, "Let me see one of those." I take one, put that shit in my lip.
Can you swallow this one, or you have to spit it out?
It's like, I forget. Nah, I think I was spitting it out, but it doesn't really produce anything. It's not like tobacco.
Okay, go ahead.
It was just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
It's weird. So,
But they say like in the beginning, because it loses some of that, like the dosing kind of goes down as it wears down in your mouth. So you could swallow. Like in the beginning, you're supposed to spit it out. I
yeah,
hear.
I don't know.
Go ahead. My
But
bad.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
listen to
No,
me. I'm a
you're
fucking
good. You're
idiot.
good. No, you're good. You know more than me. Shit, listen to me. I got this from a fucking like 22-year-old fucking kid.
I know what you're
sitting by a
talking about. That's
campfire.
why. Go ahead.
So, after probably I'd say 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I just start sweating. And I'm like, it's getting kind of hot in here.
Yeah.
We're outside, mind you, by a fire.
Yeah.
And it's like cold out. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden I'm like, my mouth is watering. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I'm like, I'm about to start throwing up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So my heart is probably beating out of my chest. So I start like feeling for my pulse and shit. Dude, my heart must have been going like 150 beats a minute. I'm not even kidding you, bro. I spit that shit out immediately.
You were on a full sprint.
Dude, he was taking 2 of those.
Yeah.
And I was like, I spit that shit out and I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. You're going to die. I was like, dude,
Bro,
this is crazy. He was like, it doesn't even affect me like that anymore. Of course, he built up the tolerance.
Yeah, bro.
But,
It's just like pre-workout.
bro, I know I was when I took that little nicotine pouch, I was kind of like popping my nicotine cherry. I never did that before, like one of those dips. Bro, I almost threw up everywhere. Shit was fucking intense. I was like, what the hell is this, man?
You haven't had a cigarette?
I mean, I've had a cigarette, but I've never done like a pouch like that. That's very concentrated. It's very different than a cigarette.
Yeah.
It's a cigarette is way different, but god damn it. Yuck.
Did it make you want to shit?
Nah.
Okay.
Didn't. Not like cigarette. So I'm told.
They do.
Yeah.
They make you want to shit.
Yeah. People also say that about coffee, but I don't really.
Also, makes me want to shit. I drink a strong
What
cup of
doesn't?
coffee. Yeah, you're right. I'm like a fucking golden retriever. But coffee definitely does it to me. Let's get into our stories, bro.
Let's
All right?
go, man.
We
Let's
got
do
things
it.
to talk about today.
Let's do it, man. Oh my god, the first one.
Go ahead, man. Bring
This
us in.
is like new news as far as I know. I think this came out today.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah, how great! Come on.
This is via TMZ. So apparently Deontay Wilder was allegedly charged with gun possession. And what's crazy is this apparently happened in LA, according to TMZ. At like 1:15 in the morning. So LAPD officers claim that they stopped him in his Rolls Royce because his windows were illegally tinted.
Okay.
So they pull him over, and then of course when they pull him over, they're saying that they smell burnt marijuana.
Cannabis.
Yeah. So they search the car, and they search the car and they say that they find weed in the car as well as a 9mm. And they took him into custody. They said that the 6'7", they got to remind you how big he is, and everyone's very happy he just decided to comply.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the 6'7" fighter was cooperative and nice throughout the whole ordeal.
Why did they search his car if it smelled like weed in there? I thought they were allowed to smoke weed.
That's why they specifically said burnt weed. Because they're probably like, you can have it on your person and transport it like to your home or whatever.
Yeah, but you can't smoke and drive.
Yeah, exactly.
And because he had the smell of a little bit of burnt kush, possibly.
A little bit of the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
So
rolled up there, eyes as red as the devil's dick.
Yeah. And he said, he apparently, what I saw was that he allegedly tweeted, or from his Twitter account, I don't know if it's him. You never know who's controlling these things. But it said something like, I'd rather be safe than sorry, like the end. Something
Why
like
not
that.
keep somebody with you that'll keep it on them?
I think what he's underestimating, because I forget where he's from. Where's he from? He's from somewhere where you can carry.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's like from like a red state in the South, where they typically.
I believe it. He's big as fuck. He looks like he's from one of those states.
So he might just think it's no big deal, but boy, you're in L.A.
Yeah.
L.A. is different. L.A. will put you away for a gun.
They locked Lil Wayne up in New York.
Yeah, I was at that show.
Where he got caught?
Yes. After the show, he got arrested.
Damn.
He got arrested beforehand. They let him perform, and then I think they arrested him afterwards.
That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, but shame on Dante Wilder. I get
think.
it.
I don't
Being
even
in
remember
LA,
that concert that much.
if I was a celebrity, I would not be going over there. They're robbing everybody over there. You get this. It's like either you get extorted and you pay somebody to hold you down, or you get robbed. It's like you're gonna lose. You're gonna have to give it up, or you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, it's getting crazy over there. I know they also had issues just in general with business. California's having a rough go. Mm-hmm. You know, they're saying now that there's a building, apparently some big real estate company that was a big like multi-company building that was appraised at like $300 million a few years back, like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And now it's like estimated to sell for $60 million in the middle of San Francisco.
It was originally bought or evaluated at $300
million, and now it's going to sell for between 60 and 100.
Well,
when have you ever heard a real estate decrease
crazy.
like that, like in terms of value? I mean,
especially commercial property.
Yeah, I think that's the issue.
It has to, you know, and I don't know this for a fact, but it has to do. It probably. You said it was in. Where is it?
In San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Silicon Valley, but it has to be the fact that a lot more people.
Silicon Valley's in San Francisco, no?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it is. I think Silicon Valley's in San Francisco.
Perfect. We're going to go with that. So I think because there's so much like tech out there, and a lot of these places, never came back to the office after the Schmovid, that they realized they don't need these office buildings. I know the company, the office that I worked in doesn't exist anymore. Where I worked, there was 3 different buildings, and you can work in building A, B, or C. Now there's 1 building. The other 2, we don't need them anymore because the people are working from home. So like, I wonder if there's like a decrease in like the value of commercial property. Because I was just talking to somebody else today, interestingly enough, and they said the same thing about New York City. They said there's a lot of open office space, like buildings with nobody in them. Not necessarily housing, but just like commercial real estate.
I mean, business is no longer, it's like I think you mentioned this to me previously, is that, there's no real reason for anybody to remain here in terms of making their business run. Mm-hmm. And if you're not economically forced to be here in terms of your business requires you to be here, then why would anybody be here? It's not a business friendly state.
No,
it's a shitty place to have a business. You're so over regulated. Like, remember, New York City was some of the first to get crushed. These restaurants. Mm-hmm. with all of that shit that they started enforcing, not letting anybody in. I mean,
Yeah, opening it up and then closing it again.
yeah, you can only have outdoor seating. Like, there's not much outdoor seating in New York City unless it's forced.
Yeah.
It's not really outdoor. You just push it on the sidewalk.
I was just gonna say they just started taking over half the street. Not only that, remember, like, you couldn't buy alcohol. You couldn't buy alcohol unless you were buying food. There's like all.
Oh my God! Remember?
You forgot about that?
I forgot about.
You forgot about that? They were like, "You all right? Listen, new pandemic rule. You can't get alcohol unless you buy French fries.
Yeah. Oh my God! Remember?
You got to get an app,
Dude, you're so
and
right.
it's the law.
I forgot about
it's the
that.
law. Wear the sock over your face.
Yeah. Or you can just leave. Like,
Yeah, so no, as a business owner, and you know, as a resident as well, I really find it hard to like defend New York as like a place to live. I guess if you're young and you're looking to build a career, it's a good place. But if you're established and you're older, like, unless you want to live in like this like fast-paced city environment, it's like, from an economic perspective, it's very difficult to live in New York.
you telling me, dude? I mean, you know what I'm going through right now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find myself a nice little house, and that shit is impossible.
Yeah, you can't find anything nowadays. Everything is ridiculously expensive, and it's funny because like you can say, like, our parents used to say, well, when we bought a house, it was this much. But like, things are changing like so much faster. Like, if your dad bought a house for $100,000, 20 years later, it was worth, $200,000. Now, if you bought a house 5 years ago for $200,000, today it's worth $500,000.
Yeah.
It's like the graph went up, but now it went straight vertical. It did like a 90-degree fucking
It was just
change.
a spike more so
spike.
than, yeah.
Mhm. And it's and then interest rates, obviously, but that's something that's going to fluctuate at least. Like, once you buy something for a certain price, like, that don't change. You bought it for that price. That's what you gonna you took or at least once you taken a loan out for a certain amount, like, that's your loan. You got to pay that back.
Yeah.
Don't matter what happens with the market.
Yeah, but it is crazy. I just got a second job.
It is crazy. It's
It's crazy.
it's interesting.
Man. Yeah, it is. It is interesting.
It's
But
very interesting.
I'm hoping that things level off and
And what are people gonna do?
I don't know.
What you're gonna? It's like, it's not you, right? But I'm just saying in general. What are people gonna do? It's not like rent is cheaper. Rent is incredibly expensive as well.
Yeah, the thing about renting that is different is it doesn't require a big ass down payment. So that's why people are able to get in there. You can get in there with first and last month security.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
The barrier of entry is easier, but you're going to be, it's not an investment. You're paying for something that you'll never own. Not only that, but
Investing takes money.
The price goes up.
People, if you don't have that lump sum up front, you're not getting a house.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the only difference is that barrier of entry, like what it takes to get into it. You have to pay to get into an apartment too. You pay the first, the last, and security. It's not cheap to get an apartment.
Dude, it's a fraction of what you need for a down payment for a house.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
That I agree with you 100%. All I'm saying is just that one yields a better result. And
Sure.
the other one is,
Of course, ideally, everybody would be a homeowner.
But there are situations where it's not bad to rent, right? Because if the rent was low enough, which is the argument that I'm making, is that they're both high. Like, rent is high too. It's like, if rent was low,
Too damn high. Where's he at?
Yeah. If the rent was low, it could be, you know what? I'm not going to do anything right now. This market's fucking crazy. I'm going to stick where I'm renting at. But now the rent is so crazy. It's like, fuck. It's like, I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. It's an interesting time.
Yeah, I'm sure that's always the case when things go up. They both go up. Mm-hmm. But just like you said, not at this rate.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy, man. Good Lord. Good Lord. And now something else about New York is this case that happened. This story is actually from Fox.
Before you read the next story, I just want to read this comment because it's a part of what we just talked about. It says his parents 11 times their first house. I don't think you could buy a house at $200K and sell it at $2.2 million for the same returns. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
That is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jesus. But
next story.
No. So this story, I didn't even hear about it originally. I only heard about it now because the guy's been like, he's been released with no charges. But apparently on a New York City subway, a 30-year-old man was allegedly threatening people and acting erratically on the train. And then a 24-year-old man intervenes and puts him in some kind of headlock. And put him in a headlock, I imagine, for an extended period. Because this gentleman was not revived.
He
died. So a 30-year-old man was killed in the New York City subway on Monday. Damn. So it happened yesterday? I thought this was a story from last week. But because he was acting erratically or what have you. But police, they're not identifying the man. They have yet to identify him. So
this definitely happened yesterday.
Yeah. No, and it's also he might have been a crazy guy that like has no family or something like that. You never know. So it says the 30-year-old man entered the northbound train at roughly 2:30 p.m. and began making threats against other passengers. Another male, passenger 24 years old, stepped in and put the other man in a headlock until he was unconscious. An EMS officer who responded could not revive the man. Police say that the deceased man had a long criminal record, including convictions of assault, disorderly conduct, and fare beating, according to the New York Post.
Damn.
So, I mean...
So they're going to find out who he is quick because those fingerprints are in the system.
Yeah, they're in the system for sure. But
damn.
See, I wonder.
You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
What?
What kind of a fucking choke was this?
That's funny. I had two thoughts. That was actually the second
blood
thought.
or is this throat? Like, was this like
a crush choke?
Was this a crush choke or was this a blood choke?
I don't know, man. It might have been something crazy. It might have, but
which one kills you faster?
It's tough to say. I mean, the blood choke is better to experience, I would imagine. You're just going to go out.
Yeah, you'll go to sleep.
But just feeling your windpipe crush and then suffocate, that's not good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not a good time. But
I guess if you hold either one of them long enough.
It says a headlock.
You think he was in a front headlock with this dude?
Bro, he might have had him in like a bulldog headlock and just kept yanking him and twisting him. Something
like neck crank?
Some frat party shit or something like that. That could have been it.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. It says a headlock. And I would think, like, with how popular and stuff MMA and jiu-jitsu is, I'm sure somebody in the office would have been like, was no headlock. That was an anaconda choke.
You're going to run that?
Yeah.
That was a Darce. It wasn't an anaconda.
Craig doesn't train.
No, but that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, damn, what kind of a fucking headlock was this?
Something that was nasty, bro. But
yeah, he got that shit with that shit that Ben Askren hit Robbie Lawler with.
Oh yeah, for real, bro. That's the kind of thing
bulldog choke.
That bulldog choke, that kind of thing will happen in any bar. Mm-hmm. That's like the go-to, of the drunk guy. Headlock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably got him from behind though, because you
would
run down on somebody.
Yeah,
somebody's got to engage you first for you to really end up with that front headlock.
But I want to know how he got to the back then, if that's the case.
Came up from behind him. Yeah, just like he didn't walk up in front of him and snap him down and get a front.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He didn't walk up on him.
Fair enough.
Clinch him.
I guess you're right. Snap him like Nate.
Yeah, snap him down.
Yeah, that's what happened. This guy. That's funny because this not funny, but.
Nate knows when to let go.
This happens so... Yeah, see, that's the difference of being trained and not.
Yeah.
He probably had that guy in that choke for 6 minutes.
He tried choking him to the police.
For like a whole stop.
Yeah.
Like a whole stop. Yeah. Bing bong. Damn. And this is not a funny story.
It's not a funny story.
We're not intending to laugh, but goddamn.
But Nate definitely just choked somebody to sleep a couple of days ago. Let him go. That guy lived to see another day.
But he got charged.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going to go anywhere.
I mean, this guy was released. Like Nate got charged.
Oh, this guy killed that guy and he was released?
And the cops let him go.
But the investigation's ongoing, right?
But bro, I mean, to immediately let him go, I mean, that sounds to me like there's going to be no charges pressed.
Yeah, I don't know. The Nate thing though, this guy was walking towards him.
Nate turned himself in.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I think that they since dropped the charges because I think they established that he was trying not to engage.
Yeah.
And he was trying to walk away and stuff.
Mm-hmm. He was literally walking backwards. This dude was walking towards him.
I mean, that guy's fine.
Yeah.
We've all been choked or choked somebody.
You're going to be all right, buddy.
Yeah, everybody should kind of know what that is too.
You're going to be okay. You're going to wake up.
Yeah, he's going to be all right.
And you're going to be all right. We're going to get you an ice cream.
But I'll tell you what, I think he was suing and they dismissed like the civil case because
he got what he wanted. We all talking about him.
Yeah, but not for the right reasons. You don't want to be talking.
He was a lookalike. Nobody was ever talking about that guy.
Oh
for the
my
right
God,
reasons.
that's right. Again with the lookalikes. We've talked about
He
this.
was the
How many
lookalike.
times?
You hate those guys.
It's not that I hate
they're
anyone.
lame.
I don't hate them. I just think that it's so weird.
It is weird.
Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, especially when this guy's like twice as old as the guy he's impersonating.
That is even weirder.
Super weird.
And they had like a Prime
yeah.
like video together.
Oh, no,
Or
they
a
did.
bit- Oh
Did they?
yeah, dude. They were like
Did
looking
they?
at each other or something with Primes in their hands.
They did content together, these guys?
Yeah, I think it was an Instagram post. I don't think it was like yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't give him.
I mean, he did look like him,
He does look like him.
but
Does he look more like Logan Paul than Izzy Drake looks like Drake?
1,000 times.
He's a better. Who's the best one between Izzy Drake, this guy who he's the Logan Paul impersonator, or
Perkio.
Who looks more like the other, the person they're impersonating?
I don't know. Perkio's pretty close.
Perkio even has
I
like,
think-
the facial, like the face.
Yeah, I think the Logan Paul guy, simply because they're a similar height, they're a similar build, and their facial structure is similar. It's not like the other guys, they have like one really, really, like one quality that's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Like Perkio looks in the face like him, and he still has a full head of hair like him. Mm-hmm. Izzy Drake has the same haircut, and that's it. And then the Logan Paul guy's like a stunt double, dude.
It's so crazy that there's like these lookalikes. Did you see that guy who? So there was a gentleman who in 2000, because I got this timeline written down. There's a story about a guy who allegedly in 2017 was charged with sexual assault, a charge a situation that had happened in 2008. So 2017, this guy, he gets charged and he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, allegedly.
Yeah.
And he goes to Scotland. Changes his name, gets married, starts a whole new life. And he's got the accent and everything.
How do you just go and change your name?
He just tells people he goes by a different name now.
Yeah,
It's
but
like he just
legally, how do you go over there and get paperwork and
I don't know. I don't know.
crazy.
But so in 2020, he starts calling back to the States and telling people that I got cancer and shit and I'm going to die. So I guess he's like making his case, like, I'm going to make it so that he dies allegedly. And then like, he doesn't have to worry about being hunted down, because at the same time, when he was calling in, the FBI started investigating him
oh my
for like
god,
financial crimes.
oh my god,
The FBI starts looking for him. They send the information to Interpol. He ends up getting into like he ends up getting arrested for something stupid, and they bring him in. This guy's got the same tattoos, his fingerprints match, but he's got this stupid accent, and he's saying that it's not him. And he's like, he's doing interviews. This dude's doing interviews with this fake accent, a fucking respirator on. This guy's on oxygen, bro. And he's telling people that he was in a schmovid, what's it called? Coma, and that they tattooed these tattoos on him
While he
as
was
like,
out.
Yeah, it's like a hoax, and he's being framed.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Bro, I don't know, man. A judge has already ruled that like he's lying. He's still in character though. This guy's gonna be in character till the day he dies.
Part of me wants to hear his story.
He's like, I'm not this person you
Yeah, and
believe
he had, like, a
I
mask
am.
on, right?
He said, you probably think I could walk too. And he tries to
He's
like,
like,
get
watch
up.
this.
Yeah, and his wife gets him. He's like, no, please don't. You think she's in on it too?
Of course.
Or is she a victim of his manipulation?
She might be a victim of his manipulation. She might be.
That's some movie shit.
Oh yeah, they should make a movie of it, and it should
And
be
this-
played by like Mike Myers.
Yeah, and this guy's just fucking living this. He's doing interviews, dude. Talking about he's not the guy you believe. Everybody who really knows him is probably like,
Dude,
what the fuck? It's you.
Yeah.
We know it's you.
Yeah.
You haven't even, you look the same.
they're like, Bill,
so
kidding?
you haven't gained weight, you haven't lost weight?
you look the same, and you still got that shitty tattoo you got on that dare.
Yeah, you couldn't even recover it. You know what? He didn't go all in.
Yeah,
He should have went all in.
Yeah, he should have skinned his arm, right?
Or covered it up, laser, something, shave your head,
Yeah.
get a different haircut. The accent isn't enough. You think that's what's gonna throw me off?
You crazy, man? Grab like a hot skillet with all your fingers. or
Yeah, that's
something
how they
like
do that. It's usually a ball, but yeah,
Well, it was like Men in Black, right? That's exactly what I thought about.
yeah. You know,
That's
like
hilarious.
you really got to. He had all this time.
Yeah. No, I mean, he got too comfortable and then they call home. That's what always ends up happening is people forget they're on the run and they're like, I'm good. Been going to the same bagel shop for 20 years. No.
He would have got away with it.
Oh, my God,
If it
man.
wasn't for those meddling kids. It's crazy, right? That like this guy goes over there, starts a whole new life, finds a shorty, gets married and everything.
Yeah, it's wild, man. The world's pretty big,
Yeah.
you know?
He wasn't even in like he didn't have to go to Saudi Arabia. He didn't have to go to like some fucking country in Africa or anything like that. He didn't have to go to hide in like, Antarctica.
Yeah, wow.
He went to Scotland.
But I
Sure,
think
it's beautiful there.
I think it was a little different back then, too. Things were different.
This wasn't that long ago though. 2017?
That's how long he's been gone? That's it?
2017. He left.
Damn, I thought he's been gone for a minute, and then
Nah.
they just caught him.
That's
you
what's
know
the
when
craziest
they
part.
find like those Nazis, like the Nazi generals, like in the middle of some
Yeah.
city in another country or
Yeah, they're
something, and they're like
140 years old already.
96, and
Yeah.
they're like, "We got you," you know, and
They
I'm like,
make 'em stand
"Damn!"
trial.
I'm like,
They-
"You almost made it, bro."
Yeah, they die in the middle of trial.
Yeah, or they just come in all messed up, like, or when they find one of the old like mob bosses or something in some other country, and he's like 85,
Yeah.
living in the mountains.
No, this guy, he didn't even, what did he do? He did fucking 5 years, 6 years?
Damn, I'm telling you, he went out there, found himself a girl way too quick. She posted him on Facebook or something. That's what happened.
Yeah, he starts calling home like an idiot, trying to solidify his story. He's like, listen, I got to lock this thing down. I was supposed to do this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling people now. 3 years later, this guy starts calling home, talking about, I got cancer.
And then he shows up as this new person
He changed it.
because did he fake it? He faked his death.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, that was what. That's what the
And
story.
then
was
he
saying.
started going, because originally his name was Nicholas. I didn't, because he had two different last names. I think it was Lassie or something like that, Rossi. And then he changed it to something else when he got to Scotland. And then I suppose when he allegedly dies, he changed his name to Arthur Knight, which is that's a pretty English name, right?
Yeah,
Arthur Knight.
That's a pretty cool name.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, damn. I might pick a name like that.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten fucking, he might have been a duke or something. That
Oh, he
sounds
got
like
knighted?
He got knighted. Sounds like the name of a duke.
Right,
But yeah,
Sir
well,
Arthur Knight.
he's going back to Utah to face fucking. Now he's charged with rape or something like that.
Oh no, was it a serious crime like that?
Yeah, I didn't want to ruin the story by telling you the
Oh,
dirty
damn.
part of it.
Damn.
A little bit of humor in the beginning, boom, hit you at the end. Next topic.
Next topic. Oh, this is going to be interesting to see. The Hollywood writers are on strike. And this
Oh,
is a
my
story from
God.
NBC. Yeah. So the Hollywood writers, they have that they have that union or whatever. Who you laughing at?
Spaz in the chat. He says by leaving the headlock ambiguous, they managed to get all the MMA guys to click into
I know,
the
I
article.
clicked that shit. I don't really-
Oh yeah, I was like, which one was it? How did he do
Yeah.
it? Where did he get it from?
Seriously,
Did he-
man. I started thinking, I was like, damn. I was like, look what you did, Nate.
Yeah.
You got these good Samaritans jumping out and choking everybody out. Everybody jumping out, just choking everybody
Yeah, I
out.
know when to hold him. I know when to fold him.
Yeah, touche. You should have tapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just real quick, some of the Hollywood writers are going on strike, like the union and stuff. So the board of directors from the Writers Guild of America, which includes West Coast and East Coast branches, voted unanimously to call for a walkout and said writers face an existential crisis. The company's behavior has created a gig economy inside a union workspace. So I guess that they're just hiring people, a gig economy. That's like work for hire type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So what? They don't like that. They want to be.
They don't like that because they get paid less. So they're like, this is happening a lot. This happened recently with a major production company that does videos on YouTube, and they hire like actors and things like that, but they hire them like per diem. And he's like, I don't need these guys all day, every day. I need them to do a couple shoots. And if they're good, I bring them back. He goes, but they never come back full time, you know? So they're saying, oh, this guy's cheap. He's been using me this whole time. But he's like, I only use him when I need him. And I suppose this kind of lines up with the same thing where it's like, you know, oh, I need you, but I need you for 3 months. Like, I don't need you for a year. You know, the show isn't going to go on that long.
Like for what?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like if you're not working, I'm not paying you. It's like all those people how overstaffed they were at Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Dude fired. Dude gets rid of 70% of the fucking staff, and he's like, yeah, it turns out you don't need all these people.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess you could look at this from both perspectives, right? Because I'm not really while I do think unions, you know, do serve a purpose. Like if these guys are, you know, a drain on these companies and they're not, you know, producing, then I don't believe that they should be getting paid. Then I don't believe that they should be hired just for the sake of like upholding this contract. Like, oh, you guys have to hire me. You have to give me this and you have to do this. This is like the other side that I argue whenever I stand on the other side of the union.
Like a leadership perspective instead of a union perspective. Like wondering if you were managing this company, like what, like I'd be pissed.
If this was your company.
Yeah. If this is your company and you have to, like, imagine you have a landscaping business, but you only landscape on the weekends, but you got to pay everybody all week.
Yes.
You know, that's just crazy.
It's like, oh, winter's coming. We don't work in the winter.
But you got to pay me.
But you get paid throughout the winter.
Yeah.
That's what the union says.
Yeah.
It's like, well, guess what? Now you're going to get hired per diem. I'm going to call you every Saturday morning. I'm going to call you every Sunday morning. And if you want to come into work, you come in.
Yeah. That shit is wild, dude. But anyway, I find it interesting to see how content production is going to be, because I'm sure every day that they don't have people actively writing, you know, it's probably crushing like the flow of the industry.
Yeah, I didn't understand the implications that it could have, and then you were kind of telling me a scenario when this happened many years ago, because this isn't the first time it happened, right? It happened before.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like 2007. Was the last time they went on strike like this. And then they had Conan O'Brien doing the, you know, like the Late Show or whatever he does. And he was just freestyling. Like there was, you know, there were no written segments the way it was. Like he was just kind of doing stand up from a seated position behind a desk.
That's funny because when I think of like writers, I thought like, all right, so it's going to be a pause on like writing the script for the next fucking, you know, Dumb and Dumber or something like that. Like I don't even think of like shows like that.
Yeah, and how much they work.
Yeah, I when I think of writers, and this is because I'm ignorant to like that field of work.
Yeah, sure.
I think of like people who write movies or write jokes for like shows and stuff like that. But I guess you're right. There is like a lot of like live production and that they work on that needs commentary too. That they create.
Yeah, and I mean this is the kind of work that is time sensitive. This is the kind of work that these shows like The Late Show, if they had one of those episodes filming tonight, they'd be writing it right now because it has to be current events.
Yeah.
You know, so like every morning you're showing up with your coffee, looking through the news and looking through things you can write jokes about, looking through, you know, politics, whatever's going on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how they work. I know.
We'd probably have a damn good show if we had a couple writers.
Shit, telling you. We should start writing some stuff. But
that's a job.
Yeah, yeah, man. I know I saw there was a stand-up comic that went into writing, which that's where I imagine a lot of them come from. But she went into writing and she was on Rogan and she was talking about writing, and she writes for Saturday Night Live. And she's like, you show up like every day, like a regular work day, and you're just throwing ideas around with other people and then trying to flesh out skits and then presenting them, you know, because it has to be done by like, it has to be like written, done, ready to go, casted, all the costumes are ready and everything because we're shooting live Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you show up on Monday and you got 5 days to
make this shit work.
To make this thing ready to go live on national television.
You're just throwing shit at the wall hoping it fucking sticks.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so that process sounded crazy to me. And she's like, yeah, we just sit in, and she was just talking through, and I was like, that's, I guess, what you have to do. You know what I mean? Is we should probably be doing something similar to that. Like preparing a little more.
We should prepare more, 100%. Today we're pretty prepared. Look, we got fucking paper with shit printed on it.
That's right.
Twiz isn't here. Cut to the Twiz cam.
Yeah, cut to the Twiz cam, man.
Womp, womp, womp. I wish we could put sad music in here. No Twiz.
That's all right, man. He'll be back soon. He'll be back soon.
Twiz will be back next Tuesday.
But let me see what time is it?
Yeah, what I think
Oh, good. Yeah, we can now if we can hit this last story, because I don't want to start the podcast with this story, but this young woman, I know a lot of people have seen it. It's going viral and stuff pretty much. It was you know that YouTube channel, The Law Network? What do you got?
I wanted to catch up on the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Finish this topic out before we
catch up on it. Absolutely.
Spaz had a comment. He said the issue comes in because there are talented writers that are making these shows run, yet the shows get the perk of having its employees put out extra quality work. To be able to get the next gig, while the companies avoid having to pay a salary or even health insurance / retirement. Which I believe is kind of like what I think that's kind of like what I was saying. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, but I hear him because the amount of money they're making off of the work they're getting from these people, you know, I mean, the least you could do is give them some dental. And you know, like, Jesus, man, let the guy go to a cardiologist for Christ's sake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the guy's making you millions of dollars, you know.
That's the least he deserves.
Yeah, but all right, so yeah, this final topic here, it's been picking up some steam online. I've seen it on multiple networks. You know that YouTube channel that was live streaming the Johnny Depp trial. It was like Law and Crime, the Law and Crime Network on YouTube.
Yeah, you put me onto that.
Yeah, that shit is great. They live stream stuff. They show great like body cam video and stuff. When you hear the idea from the trial, like, and you hear people's perspective, and then they show the police video and either the suspect is full of shit or the cop is full of shit, and it's right there.
Yeah,
it's just like you're just like, oh my god, dude, you clearly reached for a weapon.
Yeah, it's very well produced. Like, the way they set it up.
Or the cop was clearly antagonizing the situation and escalating it. But anyway, so in this particular case, this was a young woman. She looks very young. I don't even know. It doesn't say her age here, but there's a video of her after a horrific drunk driving accident. She's fine, so it seems, but
I have the video.
She inevitably... Oh, you do have it. Mm-hmm. Damn, you're a G. So should I just play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just play it.
You could tell... You could... The car accident.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so there was a deadly car accident where this woman was driving, severely intoxicated, killed 2 people. 2 innocent people were killed in this accident. And then she's clearly, like, blacked out because she's being spoken to, and she has no idea... She can't comprehend what she's done. She can't comprehend... Really, I don't even know if she was able to follow commands properly. It looked like she was wasted, you know, but there's a video of her being spoken to by the police inside what looks to be some kind of a treatment facility for her injuries or whatever. They probably took her to an ER, and she looks to be sitting on a stretcher, and he's talking to her about what she did. And you know, so here's the video so you guys can see her reaction. Which one is it?
I don't know.
1, 2, or 3?
I believe it's video 1. It's not.
I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Damn, my Knicks are in the playoff. But all right.
Video 2 then.
Right.
Here it is. Now, if it's a little loud, just turn your speaker down.
You don't.
She's asking if she can go back to school.
I don't go to school tomorrow, is what you're telling me?
No, man. You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail. You don't have a bond. You killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond. You are not getting out of jail. Your car is property of East Peoria Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on. So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Today is a Tuesday, and my night class.
You're not
you just
going
hear
to
what I just told you.
You said I'm not going tomorrow. I'm talking about Tuesday.
Did you hear when I said
You
that
said I'm going to jail tomorrow.
You're going to jail when we're down here?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told that you killed 2 people tonight?
Yeah, so I'm just wondering when I can go to school.
Okay, we're done.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, dude. So she just got sentenced to 14 years.
You're all on body camera being completely careless about killing 2 people tonight. You could care less. That's sad and pathetic and horrible all at the same time.
Can you say that as a cop?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, so can I ask? Oh.
That's
wow.
crazy.
That is crazy. But I will say that she's clearly blacked out. Like, she's not in a position to really understand what's being said to her. And he's getting like frustrated. Like, you don't really care. It's like, dude, you're not even talking to a person right there. You're talking to like a shell of that person. She has no idea she doesn't even she's not even going to remember that conversation. She has no idea that's even happening.
Just since 14 years.
14 years, man.
Damn, you get less than that for regular murder.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? You could take a plea deal or something like that, or you could do something. They really don't play around with that, man. But dude, to have taken 2 people's lives, I'm like, oh my God, I wonder who she was drinking with. Who let her leave like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've damn near gotten in fights with my friends taking their keys away. That shit is crazy, dude. To be like that, she didn't even know where she was, dude. She's like, can I go to school tomorrow?
What?
Go to
She
school,
said, well, what
mama.
about my Tuesday night class? Bitch, you ain't never going to school again.
Yeah, I heard they got good books up top.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
14 years.
14 years, man.
It's a long time.
Damn. So there's a little, let me just read what I have here. And this is from this YouTube channel called Watchlist, which they got this information from the news sources that were covering it. They were citing it during the video. If you want to see the video, you could go check it out. But they always have some good content in terms of covering stuff like this. So the woman was sentenced to 14 years in prison in connection with a drunk driving crash that killed 2 people last year. Yeah, so this was a while ago. So these videos are just now coming out. So Tazewell County Judge Tim Cusack said he didn't believe his sentence for Stephanie Malgoza would make anyone happy, but he did say he believed it to be the most just. So I guess the 14 years, he was like, it kind of had to go down like that. I mean, you got to make an example of her, I guess, but yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not saying that it's too much time, but compared to other crimes, it does seem high.
Yeah, I mean, it's ever since that young girl got killed in that drunk driving wreck that they really hammered down on stuff.
So are we punishing people based on their crime, or trying to create like fear-mongering people into not committing crimes?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, the whole point of stiff sentences and stuff and high penalties is to scare you into not doing it. I mean, I don't think they give you 25 to life for murder because they think that's like the number that's the most righteous. I think they're like, 25 years to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I also believe that like many people get 20. It's like that'll happen. Like you could find somebody else in there that's doing 25 years to life for your same crime. There are going to be people that are in the jail that she's at where they're getting significantly less time.
Yeah, for worse
a
crimes.
similar crime or a worse crime.
Yeah.
And I'm not defending her actions.
Of course not. No, it's just a dialogue.
I'm just making an observation.
For sure. So he said it was the most just, and he also implored the packed second floor courtroom to remember the names of the victims. He said, "What does my sentence to prison do if no one remembers their names? We need to get the word out," the judge said. Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
The video's fucking crazy. The crime's crazy.
Wild, man.
Hey, this whole situation is insane.
That's wild, man. And that video of her looking like she doesn't care. Wow. People are going to run with that.
That's
man.
what gets you those extra years.
Yeah, that's what gets you the extra years. But I mean, we've all again, I'm not at all defending her actions. That shit is crazy. But we've all seen people in that ossified state where they are not themselves. And you're just like, I don't even know who this person is. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, she doesn't even remember that conversation. Not at all.
Crazy.
I bet that, but that's so terrible, man. Jesus Christ, man. Everybody's life got ruined in that.
Yeah.
Them and hers.
Now that we've made everybody sad, you want to close this out?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We'll close out. We didn't do the announcements in the beginning, but so we hope you guys get to watch the video version of each episode. You can click the live tab on our YouTube channel to catch any of the videos that we've done previously because we go live every Tuesday. So then those videos get banked in the live tab. So you can watch those, but if you have to listen to the audio version or you don't have access to like YouTube Premium or something like that where you can listen to it in the background, you can check us out on all audio platforms where you find your podcast. That's Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Podbean, all that kind of stuff.
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music, that's right, because they have the podcast now, which is dope. So, and if you don't find us on your preferred podcast platform, Berto's going to let you know.
Harass us on social media until we put it up there. And Spaz, I can 100% see that perspective. I don't disagree with you.
What'd he say?
He says that an eye for an eye. So if you kill me, I want you in jail for each of the potentially remaining years of my life.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, shit is terrible. But
yeah, I don't disagree with that.
No, I don't disagree with that either. You know, that makes sense. You know, so for that, I think they were only in their 50s. So 14 years wouldn't even be enough for her.
No, she would
You know?
have to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like we gotta start that from the beginning. You know, there's other people who did this.
Yeah, because I think they reserve those kind of sentences for people that intended to harm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that, because there wasn't an intent to harm. There was just gross negligence.
I think that they draw some like intention from the fact that you understand that this is a possibility when you drive, and because it's happened so often that it's almost like you knew this. Like, I don't know, you don't even want to fucking dig too deep into this.
No, but it makes sense in both directions. You know, I get it for sure. But yeah, that's it, man. So we'll be back. We'll be back next Tuesday with another live episode, 7 p.m. right here on our YouTube channel. And we also are going to be uploading our previous videos in the archives onto Rumble. You know, we're going to be working that out. So you guys could check us out there and check us out on social media.
That's it.
All the Mastodon Podcast.
I gotta get up to play the music.
You good? Go ahead. I'm gonna switch it out. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Spaz, everybody in the chat.